It's tight at the top, and that's the end of the table that both these teams are focused on. Leeds among the early favourites to do well after the heartbreak of Wembley defeat at the end of last season. Their hosts, Blackburn Rovers, keeping up with the pack, chasing at their heels. This is Owen Beck. Cantwell. Owenson came bulldozing into the challenge. Cantwell saw him coming. The ball was Sondre Trunster's. Not a bad cross either, and a Hashi off the bar, and the second ball is wide. And Owen Beck had the target right in front of him, so did his Japanese comrade, and neither of them could find the target. And Yuki Hashi's wait for a goal goes on. Blackburn were in a podium place, but part of the early season had a run of 3 defeats coming into this month, and then wins over Cardiff and Middlesbrough. Were supposed to play Portsmouth last weekend here, but owing to the inclement weather we've had in this part of the country, it was cancelled. And look at Gnonto. Well, he forced the body block save out of Pears, one that the goalkeeper shouldn't have had to make. And now the second chance for Rothwell's cross. And it was sliced behind by Hyam, and what on earth caused that? And Wilfred Gnonto, possession snatched back in the blink of an eye. He caught Sondre Trunster out napping. Tried to get across the ball, was tardy in his movements. Maybe Gnonto could do better. Now Pascal Strout. No done thinking about his next move. Strout. Bit of space here for Wilfred Gnonto. Turns Dolan. Might beat Trunster as well, and goes for the shot, and it forced a stinging save out of Ainsley Pears. Okay, it might have been down the middle, but it was moving at pace. The trickery that makes Gnonto a gem. And he fired through a number of bodies there. And the goalkeeper thought it was safest to parry. Pass picked out by Hashi, was looking for Dolan. Oh, and he's turned Pascal Strout, and Tanaka bundles him down. And the referee gives a penalty. Blackburn on the break, and the spot kick will give them the chance to open up a lead here on home turf. Tyrese Dolan again. He's been threatening so far. He turned inside Strout. It was Tanaka trying to chase back, and a clumsy tackle. So a bit of discussion here, and I'm no psychologist, but it can't help the taker to have a distraction like that. It is going to be, it seems, Todd Cantwell. It's Cantwell, and it's in. Solid penalty, right into the corner. And those away fans have been silenced momentarily because Blackburn Rovers have the lead on their own patch. And Todd Cantwell with the goal. Well, high hopes for him on his return to English football. Could he capture his best form again? Well, he's finding some creative form once more. Aronson quick with the feet, and Bogle too. Aronson once more, beating Trunster. Here's Dan James. Cantwell brings him down, and got the man before he got the ball. And this is an opportunity for Leeds United. He was late to the party there, Cantwell. And so it's Rothwell. Is he within range here? Floating one up, and stroke at goal! Gnonto as well! And a huge block, potentially a goal-saving one. And Leeds just cannot find a way through. Delicious ball by Rothwell. Strout with the header. Good reaction saved by the number 1. Didn't have long to get his hands up. Noisy. But as it stands, they'll be leaving frustrated. Here comes Cantwell. And now Britton. Aiming for the channel. Travis the man to follow it, and Rodon can only head behind. And they've not seen a lot of action in this second half, those Blackburn fans behind the goal. What just happened since that penalty? Much of it in the Leeds attack. It's a deep delivery. Back into the danger zone as well, and Pickering flashing at it. His teammate got in the way, and Bart eventually with the shot at goal, but not one that was likely to beat Meslier. And was floated back in by Sandra Trunster. Wasn't a bad idea either until the two Blackburn men clashed with each other. Here comes Britton, firing a low crossing. Rodon away. Cantwell, past the ground by Bamford. And a free kick that will suit Rovers here. One, because they can get the ball forward. And two, because in the final 15 minutes they are eating up more time. Cantwell to take this free kick. Defensive header, and James was doing the mopping up in the 18-yard box. Cantwell beaten, and winning again. It's Todd Cantwell! Oh, and that would have been something. A memorable double. Had a lot to do there. And threw himself in the way to make a succession of blocks. And to his credit, it would have been a difficult finish. He puts a frustrated figure. Pensive, perhaps. Gay is in the middle. It's taken a big deflection, and Cantwell! Oh! Even closer. Corner to come. And two chances in just over a minute for Todd Cantwell. The sting his former manager, and perhaps to take 4 points for Blackburn Rovers from this game. It's been a job for Leeds to find one goal. They very nearly needed two here. This is Dan James. Went for the ground cross, and it's one that Lewis Travis would have hoped to have dealt with better, judging by his reaction. Can Leeds call upon the Welsh wizard? One of them anyway. Still waiting, with nerves, to see if their side can navigate a route back into this game. In the direction of Strelk, and it was Rodon with the header. Bamford in there, Junior Firpo, and in, Ramazani! And it won't count. The flag to deny them once more. And Largi Ramazani can only punch the air in frustration. So much to break down. Rodon with the first header. Bamford hooked it down. He was the man who was offside. And the reactionary finish of Ramazani was, for this reason, in vain. Forward by Rodon. And Gay is trying to release Tyrese Dolan. Goalkeeper came for it. Oh, Dolan was in the way here. And the flag had gone up already. And again, we have a goal disallowed for offside, though this one looked a little clearer. And he had to make sure, didn't he? And I think he's just off there by a metre or so. Every touch of the ball brings Blackburn nearer. Meslier fighting to keep the ball in bounds. Dolan, interesting going for goal here, he's offside. We're into the 101st minute. And there is the whistle. And John Eustace's side have done it. 3 wins in a row for Blackburn Rovers. And a 6-week wait for an Ewood victory comes to an end. And they've done it against one of the brightest sides in the division, courtesy of a Todd Cantwell penalty. It's finished at Ewood. Blackburn Rovers 1, Leeds United 0.